When people think of the Berlin Wall, they think of concrete, a line of stone cutting through a city, watchtowers, guards, barbed wire. But the most powerful walls in Berlin were invisible. They were built in fear, maintained by silence, and enforced inside the human mind. The Berlin Wall did not only divide East and West, it divided truth from narrative, freedom from control, and people from the ability to imagine alternatives. This is the story of the invisible walls behind the Berlin Wall, and how power truly works when it fears its own people. Walls are rarely built to keep enemies out. Historically, they are built to keep populations in. After World War II, Germany was divided into zones of influence. Berlin, though surrounded by East Germany, was divided as well. At first, movement was relatively free, and people left. Between 1949 and 1961, over 3 million East Germans escaped to the West, nearly 20% of the population. This wasn't just a demographic problem, it was an existential one. Doctors, engineers, teachers. The state wasn't losing people, it was losing its future. The wall did not begin as concrete. It began as barbed wire, rolled out overnight. Families went to sleep in one system and woke up in another. Some Berliners escaped by jumping from apartment windows before the wall was completed. Others dug tunnels beneath streets. The speed of construction wasn't about engineering, it was about psychology. Shock prevents resistance. By the time people understood what was happening, it was already too late. Officially, the Berlin Wall was called the Anti-Fascist Protection Barrier. It was said to protect citizens from Western aggression. No one was trying to break into East Berlin. People were trying to escape from it. Concrete alone cannot control millions. Fear can. East Germany created one of the most sophisticated surveillance systems ever built, the Stasi. At its peak, there were more Stasi informants than Nazi Gestapo officers ever existed. Files were kept on ordinary citizens. Conversations, habits, friendships. People learned to censor themselves. The most effective wall was not the one with guards. It was the one inside the mind. Violence is expensive. Belief is efficient. East German propaganda didn't say, "You are trapped." It said, "You are protected." If people believe the outside world is worse, the wall doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like safety. Control through narrative is more durable than control through force. Over time, escape attempts declined. Not because the desire vanished, but because hope did. Psychologists call this learned helplessness. When people believe nothing they do matters, they stop trying. The wall worked best once people accepted it as permanent. The most powerful prison is the one you stop questioning. Every system of power rests on belief. When belief fades, force must increase. The Berlin Wall existed because the East German state lacked legitimacy. It could not convince its citizens, so it confined them. Walls are not the cause of collapse. They are the symptom. The Berlin Wall did not fall to violence. It fell to confusion. In 1989, protests spread. Fear weakened. Then a government spokesman made a mistake, announcing travel rules incorrectly. Crowds gathered. Border guards were never given clear orders. They hesitated, and in that hesitation, authority dissolved. Once belief was gone, the wall had no power left. It was just concrete. The Berlin Wall fell physically in 1989. But invisible walls outlive concrete. Fear, distrust, us versus them thinking. Power does not live in walls. It lives in minds.